Good evening and welcome to another night of White Plains Wildcats basketball here on FNN, the Friday Night Network. Hello, everyone. I'm Grady Sapp. I'll be joined by Jason Palmer. Tonight, the Wildcats, fresh off a 75-59 win last night over Sylacauga, will take on the Lincoln Golden Bears, the host team here for the Thanksgiving tournament. Let's swing it courtside right now. Colton Howard has caught up with the head coach for the Wildcats, Coach Chris Randall.
Coach Randall, good win against a talented Sylacauga squad last night. What do y'all want to transfer over to this game?
Well, we looked at the film last night. We got back, Colton, and we've got to do a better job of boxing out. If you watch Lincoln warm up, they're extremely talented. They're longer than us at every position, very athletic. We've got to do a good job of keeping them off the glass. We got to make sure that their best play is not a missed shot, that they don't get 2 or 3 opportunities to shoot the basketball per trip. So we got to do a better job than we did last night of putting bodies on their offensive players. And then on the other end, we got to take care of the basketball. We only made 1 3 last night, and it was an accident. Macy banked that one in. So we got to do a better job of shooting the basketball, not to have a chance to beat them.
Who's some players that's going to have a big game for y'all tonight, for y'all to actually pull off this victory?
Well, we're really looking for Jared to come out strong. Jared's had 2 games that have been okay, but Jared's worked really hard in the offseason. We're looking for him to have a big game. And, of course, Mike is going to have a lot of touches. We need to get Eli going on the offensive end as well. But if we get those 3 guys knocking down some shots, everybody else will kind of feed off of it, and I like our chances.
All right, appreciate it, Coach.
All right, cool.
Good luck.
That's head coach Chris Randall. His Wildcats, after a 75-59 triumph last night, Jason, over Sylacauga, beating the Aggies. But it was not a game that you could say that White Plains really looked good doing it. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well. They didn't really rebound very well, but yet they found a way to get it done.
Yeah, and credit that Sylacauga, one of their best teams that they've had in several years. A tough team, a tough first-round matchup for White Plains, but like you said, relied on the defense to get it done, and they did so. Didn't shoot the ball well from the outside, but inside the shot fakes, what White Plains is well known for, execute those perfectly. A couple of guys didn't have good games for White Plains, but look for them to bounce back tonight. One in particular I thought of today, we're looking at this game, was Eli Hightower. Only 2 points last night for White Plains. Look for him to bounce back and have a better night tonight.
We'll look for that, and also Jared Guthrie, as you just heard Coach Randall mention, looking for him to really get off the snide, and he's played fine, but he hasn't played at the level that they've come to expect, so they're kind of looking for better things out of Jared Guthrie tonight as well.
He had 12 points last night, but those were 12 tough points. He had to earn every one of those last night, but, you know, he got his other teammates involved last night, and that's the job of the point guard. First and foremost is getting your teammates involved, finding an open man, but when you're open, being able to take the shot, being able to penetrate to the basket, draw those fouls, and dish.
We're going to grab a timeout. We're just moments away from the opening tip for tonight's matchup between the White Plains Wildcats and the Lincoln Golden Bears. We're back with more and get the ball in the air for first quarter action straight ahead. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Tom Young and all the attorneys of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington are some of the most experienced and respected attorneys in the area. Their firm specializes in personal injury, insurance fraud, workers' compensation, Social Security disability, real estate, and corporate law. The law firm of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington. Call them at 256-235-2240.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Listen carefully. If your student loan debt is overwhelming you and things seem hopeless, we've got great news.
If you're still struggling with your student loan debt, there are government programs available that may actually lower your payments by consolidating your federal student loans. Just call us. We'll review your situation and work with you to consolidate your debt. In many cases, depending on your situation, we can lower your monthly payments in half or more. It doesn't matter how much you owe or how far behind you are. Even if you're in default, call us right now to find out how we can lower your payment in half immediately. You can stop the harassing phone calls and the wage garnishments. All you need to do is pick up the phone and call us right now. We can remove your default status, consolidate your federal student loans, lower your payments, and we can do it today. Stop worrying. This is a real solution that can help, so please call us right now.
Call 800-917-8671. That's 800-917-8671.
Since 1848, our bank has witnessed inventions that have changed the world. Conveniences such as the refrigerator, the light bulb, and the airplane were all created during the early days of our bank. VHS tapes, DVDs, smartphones, all invented while we were First National Bank of Talladega. Our name may have changed, but we have a rich history. First Bank of Alabama. We're still first, and so are you.
Back here at Lincoln High School, round 2 of the Lincoln Thanksgiving Tournament. Tonight, it is the White Plains Wildcats taking on the host Lincoln Golden Bears in what figures to be an exciting matchup here on the Golden Bears home court. I'm Grady Sapp alongside Jason Podman. We're just about ready to get the teams on the floor and get this one underway, Jason, and I expect more up-tempo and another very fast-paced game.
One thing we hadn't touched on this tournament yet, and I kind of noticed it last night, these teams are playing back-to-back for the first time of the season. And conditioning, we're going to really see how well these teams are conditioned here tonight, because both of these teams last night run and gun up and down the floor all 4 quarters. And we're going to see if they're going to be able to do that. Lincoln loves to press, much like Sylacauga last night. White Plains already kind of preparing for that with the game against Sylacauga, so they should be ready for Lincoln's press tonight.
The Wildcats will be in their sporty new gray road uniforms tonight. That's a brand new addition for this year. Jared Guthrie, also Michael Scott McGuirk, Kevin Carr, Eli Hightower, and Murphy Doss, the starting 5 on the floor for the White Plains Wildcats.
Didn't you say that gray is the new black?
Gray is the new khaki, I think.
The new khaki.
That's the new khaki. So
okay.
That's right. Jumping at center court, it'll be Michael Scott McGuirk for the Wildcats. Deep Whiteside for the Golden Bears. Tipped, controlled, fought for, and Murphy Doss comes out of there with it. Wildcats have it on offense. Eli Hightower, the 3 on the way. Good!
There's the guy I said was going to be challenged tonight. And what does he do right off the bat? Nails a 3-pointer.
Here's Zach Caldwell and the Golden Bears now. Wildcats up 3-zip. Lincoln will get their first crack at it offensively.
The matchup I've been waiting to see all day long. Murphy Doss, D. Whiteside. Here we go.
Harris Whiteside lowers the shoulder, and that's going to be a travel on Whiteside. So a turnover for the Golden Bears. Good defensive position that time for the Wildcats.
Murphy Doss, like you said, great position, squaring those shoulders up to D and letting him go kind of wildly to the basket. Whiteside lucky he was in charge for the offensive foul there.
Hightower with the basketball again. He'll pull it back out. Lincoln quickly on him. Now here's McGuirk. Goes right corner. Ed Guthrie spins out of the defense. Puts up the shot. That's too strong. Rebounded on the backside that time for the Golden Bears. L.J. Carmichael. Quickly down the lane. Driving it up and missing the easy layup underneath was Zach Caldwell. The rebound for McGuirk and the Wildcats. Guthrie will fire it ahead to Doss. Goes strong to the hoop. Blocked from behind. Rebound comes off for Carmichael. He'll dish it out quickly. And the Golden Bears on the attack with Caldwell. Back up topside now for Hempel. And now he'll pull it back out to midcourt and reset the offense for Lincoln.
Hempel can really fill the bucket up. Had 21 points last night. Now we got an offensive foul on the screen. Number 20 picking that up for Lincoln, L.J. Carmichael.
And again, as we saw last night, the emphasis on not a lot of touching and hand checking or anything allowed, and you're going to have to really be careful on those screens. Here is Hightower with it for White Plains. Finds an open Guthrie. Wide open look for a 3. That's in there.
Guthrie nailing the 3. And you think they've worked on 3-pointers a little bit today?
I think they have, and I think they've got a little better feel for the gym. It's a good steal by Murphy Doss. Hightower comes out of there with it. And White Plains, once again, will have a crack at it offensively. Jared Guthrie forcing the action. McGuirk, his 3 is good. 3 threes.
Oh, wow, you hit the nail on the head, Grady. I think you're right. Getting a better feel of the gym. Here's a steal.
And Kevin Carr will lay it in. That's a 2, and White Plains up at 11-0 to start this basketball game. Wow. And there's a deep pass by Lincoln, losing the ball again. Again, good defense by the Wildcats. What a start tonight for White Plains. Much different than last night. They have not had trouble getting the offense going at all. White Plains with the basketball now. Kevin Carr is going to drive baseline, pump fake, kick it back out. Here's Hightower. That is a 3 that was no good. Rebounded by the Golden Bears with Zach Caldwell quickly back up into front court. He'll bounce it down low, spinning. Nice move off the corner of the glass and a foul on Eli Hightower. As taking it strong was L.J. Carmichael. He'll get to the line and shoot the first free throws of the night.
Lincoln not backing down a bit. You see the mentality of this Lincoln squad there on that possession. You know, being down 11-0 early in the game could show a little sign of not wanting to give it all they got. And right there on that possession, Carmichael taking it to the rim hard, got fouled. That's what 8 seniors is going to get you on this Lincoln team. 8 seniors on this squad. A lot of experience as Carmichael hits the first one.
And that'll get Lincoln on the board tonight. That'll cut the White Plains lead back to 10. But what a great start tonight for the Wildcats on both ends of the floor. They've been really good defensively, really aggressively denying passes and denying entry. And then you get an early move into the lane off that missed free throw. So Lincoln will get another shot at it. And that's 3 of those I've seen in a little over a night's worth of basketball action.
We may not see another one the rest of the year.
I know. And they had back-to-back ones last night, as White Plains had one, and then Sylacauga followed it with one of their own. Here is Carmichael, the second free throw that's in there, so he makes White Plains pay for the second opportunity. Wildcats will go back to work. And then half-court set. Here's Guthrie, good defense in there, almost loses the ball. Now he'll throw it away. And looking for Carmichael, looking for McGuirk to step out. Did do it. Coach Randall not happy about that at all.
Point guard position, playing for Coach Randall is a tough position. He demands so much out of his point guards. Doesn't like mistakes. That time Guthrie made the mistake getting trapped back about half court and then making a bad pass.
Hemphill with the shot blocked from behind. Comes out for White Plains. Long pass for McGuirk. Behind the back dribble. Now will fire it back out to Guthrie. Spots up. That is a short miss. It was going to be a 2. Now fire it back to Hightower. Long 3 on the way. That's off the back of the iron. No good. Rebounded underneath for the Golden Bears. Quinn Carmichael with the rebound now. Quickly back on the attack. Whiteside with the long 3, no good. Rebounded by Jared Guthrie, and the Wildcats have it again. Fired ahead, pass tipped away from Michael Scott McGuirk. It'll stay White Plains basketball.
And that's where White Plains wants to keep Whiteside is outside there, not allowing him to post up and get into the inside where he's most dangerous. Whiteside's so strong around the basket. Only attempted 2 shots in this first quarter.
Jackson Guthrie in the game for White Plains. Also Lawrence Jackson in. Their first action of the night. Jackson will touch it over on the right side. Get it back up top side for McGuirk. Over to Guthrie on the left wing. Into Murphy Doss. He's going to muscle his way up. Blocked in there. Jump ball. That was good defense in there by Quinn Carmichael. Caught him on the way up.
It was good defense. Good call by the official as well. Veteran official there, Robert Howell, making that call. A lot of times younger officials want to call a foul there, but you got to see where the ball is, and the ball was held while in the air and be a jump ball.
Now here is Lincoln Hemphill. His first look at a 3 outside. That's off the back of the iron. No good. Lawrence Jackson will chase it down for White Plains.
Hemphill with 5 threes last night.
Jackson Guthrie, a little pump fake, lays it up and in, and the Wildcats back up by double digits at 13-2.
5 players in the scoring column for White Plains right now.
Now Hemphill going to run again. That's a kind of a wild shot underneath. Will not go. Good defense again inside. McGuirk comes out of there with the ball. He'll bounce it over to Jackson, kicking it over to Goss, lay it in. White Plains 15-2. That run to start this basketball game. And the Golden Bears want to talk about it. A 30-second timeout. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Every day is a great day to stop in a Samco Express Mart. You'll find plenty of snacks to choose from, and Samco has all your favorite drink brands, all nice and cold. You'll find those last-minute light grocery items you need, and a great variety of grab-and-go brands that's sure to cure any case of the munchies. There's lots of candy, mints, and gum, too. Make sure you fuel up before or after the game. With over 30 locations in the area, there's always one close by. Samco Express Mart. Professional Apothecary has been the Talladega area's trusted hometown pharmacy for generations. We can meet all your prescription and insurance needs. Plus, you'll find all the basic over-the-counter medications. There's a full line of support hose, and don't forget to check out our Dollar Saver shelf. When it comes to medical supplies, Professional Apothecary has you covered. You'll find everything from mobility needs to home and portable oxygen, CPAP equipment and supplies, easy lift chairs, and a full line of Dr. Comfort shoes.
Merry Christmas from Professional Apothecary.
Just off the square in Talladega.
We are back here at Lincoln High School, round number 2 of the Thanksgiving tournament. Golden Bears take the timeout. They find themselves on the short end of a 15-2 start by the White Plains Wildcats. We'll see what Lincoln will choose to do, how they'll attack. Here's Zach Caldwell back into front court now. Finds Whiteside. D. Whiteside with it. Send it back over to Caldwell. Wide open look for a three, and that's off the back of the iron. Too strong. Rebounded in the inside by McGuirk. Long pass down for Doss. Lays it up and in. It's 17-2 White Plains.
Right now, Lincoln's getting beat down the floor. White Plains flexing the muscles.
Doing a much better job tonight, Jason, on the offensive glass and the defensive glass. They're getting good position, keeping Lincoln from having a chance to rebound. Here is Whiteside going to take it strong. Cut off again by Doss. And another steal by White Plains. Fantastic defense. Here is Kevin Carr now. He'll move with the basketball for the Wildcats over to McGuirk. Open look, three. Nope, off the side of the iron and rebounded by Caldwell and the Golden Bears.
Whiteside with 23 points last night. Not in the scoring column yet.
Caldwell has it off the iron. It'll be off the hands of Quinn Carmichael. It'll be White Plains basketball. And again, good position by McGuirk on the defensive end to clean the glass. Here is Lawrence Jackson fired ahead for McGuirk over on the right wing. He'll look to move, spins in, cut off. Needs some help. Now Lawrence Jackson will bail him out over on the right wing. Jackson going to drive baseline, give it right off to Murphy Doss. He'll lay it in.
Murphy Doss solid in this first quarter, leading the way for White Plains with 6 points.
That'll be Hemphill handling the ball for the Golden Bears. He'll find Whiteside over on the right wing. Whiteside only a couple of shots attempted so far tonight. Caldwell over the defensive Kevin Carr, gets it off the glass, and it is White Plains now a 15-point advantage.
The first field goal for Lincoln, 2:05 to go here in the first quarter.
Too strong on the shot for the Wildcats. Now Caldwell, almost threw it away. Whiteside will rescue it, get it back to Caldwell, bounce it down low. And there's Carmichael with the shot, and it's 19-6 now. Wildcats back-to-back buckets for the Golden Bears. And now a throwaway by White Plains and a turnover, so the Golden Bears will have it right back.
One thing I noticed on that last possession by Lincoln, Whiteside passed up the shot twice, passing back out to Carmichael and then Caldwell, rather than looking to score, passing it back out. And Lincoln, that's their leading scorer, is Whiteside. He's got to try to find the shot.
Malik Weed is into the ball game for the first time tonight for the Golden Bears. And Hemphill will lob it in for Weed. He'll have it out near midcourt. Golden Bears will set the offense.
Malik Weed started the game last night at guard for Lincoln.
Now Carmichael going to go in, and he's going to be fouled on the way to the glass. So he'll get an opportunity to go back to the line. He's got a couple of points. In fact, made the first 2 points of the night for Lincoln on 2 free throws.
I think that foul may have been on Jared Guthrie.
First one gets a shooter's roll. Will drop in there for Carmichael and the Golden Bears. They put together a little run now. Got it back to within 12. It was as big as 19-2, so it was a 17-point lead, a 5-0 run right now for Lincoln here late in this first quarter. We'll see if White Plains can put the foot on the accelerator and try to cruise back out a little bit more. You know, you don't want them at the quarter to end with the other team closing in on you.
Carmichael's hit all 4 of his free throws. Into the game now for Pell City, Brett Beaver, 6'3", 170 junior.
Here is Hightower with the basketball outside to Guthrie. Quick three on the way. Jared Guthrie knocks it down. He's feeling it tonight. 22-8. Wildcats on top.
Had 12 points last night. 12 tough. Earned 12 points. And now 6 points already in the first quarter by the way of the three-pointer.
Here's Caldwell. Way outside with that. He'll come back to Weed near midcourt. Lincoln showing some patience offensively right now. White Plains still very solid on the defensive end. Now Weed. Kick it left. Caldwell, 3-ball. Guthrie got a hand in the face. Shot way off. And the rebound easy for Lawrence Jackson and the Wildcats.
I watched Beaver there defensively and done a great job against Whiteside, as you see a foul down there on the baseline. But Beaver done a good job preventing Whiteside to get the ball and then boxed him out off the missed shot.
I think that foul was on Caldwell underneath, I think, Jason. Now here is Jared Guthrie. He'll inbound along the baseline, lob it over for Macy Carr. He's in the game for the first time. Guthrie with another three. Nope, too strong. Beaver gets the rebound, has it knocked out of his hand, and now we have a collision at midcourt. Guthrie going for the loose ball, battling against Zach Caldwell, and it will go the way of the Wildcats.
That's Caldwell's second foul here in this first quarter. That's Lincoln's second team foul as well.
And you can see some frustration on the faces of the Golden Bears talking So some frustration on the faces of the Lincoln Golden Bears. Zay Caldwell having a seat across the way, and he's one of the guys that makes the offense go.
Macy Carr checking in for, I believe that was Hightower that checked out.
Got Jackson Guthrie back in the game as well. Jared Guthrie will dish it off left wing. There's Macy Carr. Quick shot, won't go. Tipped up. Beaver kept it alive, but it'll come in the hands of Weed. Malik Weed fired down to Whiteside. Guthrie tries to present the shot, but can't do it. Whiteside gets his first bucket of the night. It's 22-10 Wildcats. And White Plains can hold for the final shot of this opening quarter. Guthrie will leisurely bring it back into front court, set the offense. Here goes Guthrie, going to look to penetrate, kick it off, get it outside. That's Lawrence Jackson, top of the key. That three will not go. Tip up, not good at the end of one. White Plains on top by 12. You're listening to White Plains Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back here to Lincoln High School. White Plains and Lincoln in round 2 of the Thanksgiving tournament. Wildcats commanding first quarter lead 22-12. They'll have the ball to start the second quarter. It will be Guthrie, Hightower, Doss, McGuirk, and Carr, the same starting five on the floor that started the game. We'll start the second quarter. Hightower, lob pass down inside for Carr. Caldwell quickly out on him, or actually make that Carmichael. Now ball knocked inside. Here's Murphy Doss. Defense collapsing well for Lincoln. Gets a shot off, won't go. Put back McGuirk, no good. Carr, his put back is good.
Good work on the offensive glass there by Carr. Picking up the errant shot by Doss. I thought Doss may have forced that shot right there. But when you got teammates that want to rebound and get the offensive rebound there, hey, it didn't seem to hurt the Wildcats.
Here's Carmichael backing it in against McGuirk. Shot off the glass goes for the Golden Bears. So good offensive trip on their first possession of the second quarter. White Plains now will slow it down a little bit. Hightower and Carr playing a little pass, and now the ball knocked out of bounds across the way. Hemphill gets a hand on it. In the game now for Lincoln, Montrell Johnson. His first action of the night for the Golden Bears. Remember, Zay Caldwell in trouble with a couple of fouls sitting on the bench for the Golden Bears right now.
Grady, Lincoln has 14 players on the bench, and he'll play every single one of them.
Here's Hightower, left corner three. Nope, off the back of the iron. Guthrie keeps it alive. Hightower will chase it down. Drop it down for McGuirk. Baseline shot blocked in there by Hemphill. Come back outside. McGuirk has it. And White Plains with another crack at it. Down inside for Doss. Go strong. That's a goaltend.
Good look inside by Carr as he found Doss there, and Whiteside with the goaltend.
So White Plains extends the lead once again. 26-12, the Wildcats on top here early in this second quarter. Here is Johnson with it. Hand it back to Weed. Now over to Hemphill. Drop it down to Whiteside, left wing. Back to Hemphill, and they're just going to swing it around the horn. Now long three by Weed. That was no good. Rebounded, and the shot put back up, no good by Johnson. Put back up and in, this time by L.J. Carmichael, and the Golden Bears cut it back to a 12-point advantage. Here's Guthrie quickly back to work, and he travels. Good defense in there by Malik Weed.
Yeah, and that's what he brings to the floor for Coach Rutledge. Played very good defense last night. Got a lot of minutes on the floor, but as you see, Coach Rutledge rotating a lot of players in. Now checking in Isaac Davis. He'll check in for Weed.
Now here's Carmichael again around McGuirk. He's going to get fouled from behind. I think that's going to be on Kevin Carr.
There's one thing that's taking place in this game that didn't last night with Lincoln, and that's Carmichael. He's getting the ball, wanting the ball inside, taking it to the hole. Only had 6 points last night, has already got 8, has hit all 4 of his free throws, and has got 2 more here.
He's basically been the offense for the Golden Bears to this point in this ball game.
Well, they've took D. Whiteside out of the game completely here in this first half so far. Whiteside only with 2 shots attempt so far, and Carmichael's been the man.
Missed the first. Second one misses that as well. Off the hands of McGuirk. It'll stay Lincoln basketball. Good job in there contesting that rebound that time by Isaac Davis, and knocks it off the hands of McGuirk. So Lincoln will have a chance, another chance after an 0 for 2 free throw shooting there by Caldwell. Here are the Golden Bears. Hemphill with a 3 in there.
I was wondering when he was going to get off a 3-point shot. 1 for 2 in the game. Had 5 3-pointers last night.
Lawrence Jackson gets in deep. Now Kevin Carr gets it to go. Got in deep and had kissed it off the glass. Back to double-digit lead for the Wildcats at 28-17.
Carr's just consistent. He's a consistent player. He's going to get you 8, 10 points a night. Going to get you those hustle plays. The senior knows what Chris Randall wants and is a very good player.
Here's Johnson handling the ball now. He'll find Hemphill. Had the big 3 last time down for the Golden Bears. Drop it inside. There's Caldwell again. Free throw line jumper won't go. And Eli Hightower will claim the loose ball for White Plains. Fired ahead. Stolen right here in front of us. That is going to be Johnson taking it strong. Fouled by McGuirk on the way to the basket. So Montrell Johnson will go to the line and shoot 2.
McGuirk got in foul trouble last night. That's his first foul of the night.
He's going to be checking out, I suspect, Macy Carr over at the scorer's table ready to check in, as Montrell Johnson will try to get his name in the scorebook for the night. 2 free throws coming up here. 5th team foul now on the Wildcats. Lincoln with 4. And he kisses that one off the glass. Back in for Lincoln now, Quinn Carmichael. As Hemphill will have a seat. Macy Carr in. And McGuirk will stay in the game. He replaces Eli Hightower. Montrell Johnson taking his time now, sets himself, shot up, and that's good. So the Wildcats see that deficit, or their lead shrink to single digits again, down to 9 points. Here is McGuirk on the offensive end. 3 is too strong, rebounded by Whiteside. He's going to take it, almost knocked away by Kevin Carr. Finds Johnson in the corner. That 3 is going to be no good, rebounded underneath by Kevin Carr. The Wildcats quickly back to work. Here's Kevin Carr going to get in deep. Little hop steps. Left-handed shot. No good. Gets the foul. Goes to the line. And boy, Kevin Carr has been aggressive tonight.
He has. He really showing some enthusiasm on the floor there. Hasn't come out of the game to my knowledge. He's played a lot of minutes so far in this first half and really making it count.
First free throw for Kevin is going to be good. Bounces it off the front of the iron and drops it through as Jared Guthrie will check back in. He'll send Lawrence Jackson over to the Wildcats bench. And Coach Randall doing a good job of substitution as well, playing a lot of guys. And you're going to have to, like you said, Jason, back-to-back games for the first time this season.
Second free throw good for Carr, and that's his 8th point.
Lead is 11. Now Montrell Johnson behind the defense. Shot is blocked by Jared Guthrie and looked like got most all ball, but apparently got him maybe with the body. So the foul called, and that'll send Montrell Johnson to the line. He missed his last 2.
We'll get Guthrie for the foul.
He'll go stand next to Coach Randall over on the sideline.
Well,
that's not necessarily
a good hot spot.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in.
Especially after you commit a foul like that.
Montrell misses the first free throw. He's 0 for 3 at the line right now. Lawrence Jackson quickly back in the game for Jared Guthrie, who'll have a seat over on the sideline. And Coach Randall still coaching him up, if you will, over there.
Yep. And you better come over and stand next to him.
Yes, you had. There's Murphy Doss with the rebound, and now the foul by Montrell Johnson on Kevin Carr. That'll be team foul number 5 now or actually team foul number 4 on the Lincoln Golden Bears. And no pressure from Lincoln. They've kind of not been being behind. I don't think they've played the pressure that much yet.
No, they haven't.
Lawrence Jackson loses the ball. Taken away by Montrell Johnson. Now you've got a 2-on-3 break. The shot up, no good. The rebound underneath. Jackson had it, lost it. Now claimed by Macy Carr. And the Wildcats will have it. A wild scramble that time down the floor. A little bit out of control on both ends that time for both teams. Here is Macy Carr with the basketball, looking to drive, cut off, double team, gets it back out to his brother Kevin. Now give it back to Macy, looking to go baseline, gets in deep, great pass in there to Murphy Doss. He'll lay it in.
Good pass by the sophomore Macy Carr, doing a good job. Got both of the Carr bars on the floor at the same time right now, and they love to play, and it shows.
32-19, the lead right now for the Wildcats. Pushed it back out to 13. Johnson with it now for the Golden Bears as they'll try to answer. Here is Whiteside with it. Going to hand it off over on the left wing for Carmichael. Now throw it away. Hemphill too tall on the pass as well. It is under 4 minutes. We'll get our media timeout. It is White Plains in control of this one, 32-19. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Hey guys, welcome to Top of the River. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. We're where families come for fresh seafood, delicious steaks, and farm-raised catfish. There's great appetizers, our famous greens, cornbread, slaw, onions, and everybody loves our fried dill pickles. We also have private rooms, reservation seating, and handle large parties. And we now offer on-site catering.
Thank you for coming to Top of the River.
Open 7 days a week. Best catfish in the world.
Need a place to keep your tools?
Or a place to get away from the wife. Whatever your needs are, we got a barn or a carport for you.
With rent-to-own options and no credit checks, we can help you take home the right barn or carport today.
And with 4 different locations, we're just a short drive away.
So come see us in Glencoe, Moody, Asheville, or Attala, and let our family help your family get the barn or carport you deserve.
Media timeout wrapping up. White Plains with a 32-19 lead. They'll have the basketball coming out of this media timeout after the turnover by the Lincoln Golden Bears. Grady Sapp, Jason Palmer with you from here at Lincoln High School, round 2 of the Thanksgiving tournament. The hosts having a tough go of it right now against our Wildcats.
Dante Rivers into the game for Lincoln right now. He's a defensive stopper.
And there's a reach-in foul going to be called. That's on Montrell Johnson. That'll be his second personal. Team's 5th. White Plains will inbound from right next to our table here.
Jackson Guthrie will check in and Macy Carr will check out. Jackson had 4 points last night for the Wildcats.
And now Montrell Johnson will check out right now for the Lincoln Golden Bears. Malik Weed in there. Here is Guthrie. Or rather, McGuirk going baseline to Doss. Cut off in there. Give it out to Lawrence Jackson. Goes strong to the hoop. Too strong. Tipped out. Kept alive by McGuirk. Pump fake. Fires it back out. Nope. Stolen by Weed. Stolen back by Kevin Carr. Now Carr with the basketball. Out of control a little bit. Send it back out to Jackson Guthrie. Now to Kevin Carr over in the corner. Looking to double team him. He'll fight through that all the way across. And that's going to be out of bounds on McGuirk, I believe. And the officials say no, it is on. And now a technical. Not a technical, but actually stepping in to say it was off of McGuirk. That's a good call.
Close to a technical.
Close to a technical.
The official just missed it. It was a close ball to the official. And the opposite official had a better look at it. And, they got it right is the main thing.
Yeah. And he just gave the sign. I thought he was teeing somebody up there for a minute.
Well, it was close.
It was close. Here's Isaac Davis. He'll handle it for the Golden Bears. They're down 32-19, and now we get a foul on the inside. And that's going to be against the Lincoln Golden Bears.
I believe that's going to be against number 11, Quint Carmichael. That'll be his first foul.
A little too physical under there trying to get position. And the officials called it, and he will have a seat over on the bench, so I'd say your estimate was right.
Yeah, LJ will come back into the ball game. He had a big first quarter there.
Here's Carr going inside to Dawson. That's knocked away and out of bounds off of Murphy Doss. So Lincoln forcing another turnover, and that's going to get Marquez Bryant up and in the ball game. He'll replace Kevin Carr.
Wyatt's first action of the night at 2 points last night.
Apparently Coach Randall didn't like that pass. Malik Weed with it. Get it over to Dante Rivers. Rivers almost had it stolen. He'll drop it down low. Great pass inside. And the shot up by Whiteside. No good. Foul from behind by Jackson Guthrie.
Whiteside just can't get going offensively, only with one bucket in the game. Their leading scorer. Got to get him some more looks, more shots for Lincoln to stay in this game. That time underneath the basket, couldn't get to fall down, but he's at the free throw line to shoot 2 and hits the first one.
That'll cut the lead now back to 12 at 32-20. It's kind of stabilized since that big opening run. These two teams have played about even since that big run to start the game for White Plains.
Well, the comment was made that that opening run for White Plains could be the key of this ball game. We shall see.
Great feed inside to McGuirk and then drop it down to Doss. He'll lay it in. And the Wildcats back up now by 13.
Great team play by the Wildcats.
Isaac Davis out on the right wing right now for the Golden Bears. Will move with it. Guthrie on him. Drop it off for Rivers. Oh, he carries the ball, and that's an offensive foul on Dante Rivers as he grabs the ball, lowers the shoulder, and White Plains will have it.
That's an easy call to make, as you know, the Wildcats are known for getting defensive position, and that time doing a great job there. Rivers just plowed right through him. He'll take a seat. Coming in for him will be 32 for the Golden Bears, Raquel Truss.
Raquel Truss' first appearance of the night. Here is a Hightower back in the ball game off the hands of Lawrence Jackson, and it's saved by Guthrie, but right to the Golden Bears. What a shot by Malik Reed. Just kind of throws it up, gets it to drop, and draws the foul. And Coach Randall going to be very unhappy with that turnover and the foul on the other end.
He's an energetic player. He's so quick. Only stands about 5'5", 5'6", but he's electric and brings some excitement into this Lincoln team. Was able to get the steal about half court and then hit the acrobatic layup.
And the free throw is no good. And that'll be out of bounds off of the Golden Bears, off the hands of Whiteside. So it'll belong to White Plains. The lead back down to 11 right now. No, actually off the hands of White Plains. It'll be Lincoln basketball. So Golden Bears with another opportunity. They could get 2 for 1 on this trip. Carmichael looking to get it in. Stolen by Lawrence Jackson. Great anticipation by Lawrence. He's going to get down. He's going to have it blocked. There's Murphy Doss going strong. Block from behind. Jackson Guthrie underneath. He'll go up. He'll lay it in.
Wow, what a way to create space under there. Jackson using his body, opening a lane there up and laid it up again.
Now here are the Golden Bears back on the attack. That's Truss with it. Raquel Truss. Looking for Whiteside. He'll find him around the free throw line. He'll get in the lane, put up the little one-handed floater. No good. Rebounded by McGuirk, and the Wildcats will have it now. And we go under 1:20 here in the opening half. Here is McGuirk. Going to take it all the way. Shot wild. Missed it. He bailed out as Carmichael, I believe. Either he or Truss will commit the foul.
I believe the foul's going to be on Truss. That'll be his first foul. The team's 8th.
Michael Scott McGuirk at the line. He will shoot 2. For the Wildcats, up by 13. First one is good. He can make one more. That'll match the largest lead of the game for White Plains at 15.
McGuirk had 17 points last night. Only 4 so far in this game.
Second free throw, drops it in there. So it is a 38-23 advantage for the Wildcats as Isaac Davis and the Golden Bears go back to work. Davis is going to find Weed well outside, though. Malik Weed with it now. Fired over to the far side for Truss. Over on the left wing, pulls it back. Cut off by Doss. Drop it back out to Isaac Davis. Good fundamental defense in there right now for White Plains. Fade away by Whiteside won't go. And then rebound pulled down by Marquez Wyatt.
Whiteside just can't get going. Had 2 free throws and then 1 field goal for 4 points in this first half, and there's a frustration foul there. Grady is just can't get going offensively and then trying to make something happen on defense and just being a little bit too over aggressive.
1-and-1 opportunity coming up for Jackson Guthrie. A lot less fouls in this first half than we saw last night, though.
Yeah, it was.
As just now, White Plains will be in the double bonus from this point forward, as missing the 1-and-1. The front end of it is Jackson Guthrie, so the Golden Bears get it back, down by 15. Davis throws it away.
A little bit of miscommunication there as both Truss and Whiteside were coming over, and now you're seeing some arguing going on the floor there for the Golden Bears, and Coach Russ going to the bench there, getting Hemphill back in the game, and that's another guy that hasn't got going offensively. Is Hemphill only 3 points in this first half. He's their leading outside shooter.
You would think here White Plains would want to hold for this final shot, and they're going to throw it away as Lawrence Jackson tries to get it inside. The steal by Davis. Throws up a wild shot, no good. Jackson Guthrie with the rebound for the Wildcats. Fired ahead. McGuirk. Pump fake, goes up, shot no good, rebounded by L.J. Carmichael, and the Golden Bears will have an opportunity perhaps for the final shot of the half. Here's Truss, over to Hemphill, right corner for Weed, wide open look at a three, short, rebounded by Beavers, giving it off to Lawrence Jackson, and that's the end of the first half. At the end of one half of play, White Plains up 35 or 38, make it 23. In control of this one here in Lincoln. We'll grab a timeout. Coming back with the halftime report straight ahead. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN from Friday Night Network.
In a world that's ever-changing, you have to be sure that your choices are the right choices. At Central Alabama Community College, you'll know you made the best choice. We understand that you need the best educational opportunities. Whether choosing a technical degree program, taking courses to transfer to a four-year college or university, or being a part of our national championship winning traditions, Central Alabama will provide you with courses and degree programs in tune with today's workplace. Get a sharper focus on your life by choosing one of our 3 convenient locations: Alex City, Childersburg, and Talladega. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
Welcome to Calhoun County, Alabama, your natural attraction. We have invigorating outdoor activities, amazing cultural sites, mouth-watering food, and southern hospitality, all wrapped into one amazing vacation destination. Whether you're looking for a relaxing overnight getaway or for a one-of-a-kind escapade, Calhoun County boasts an incredible selection of outdoor recreational opportunities. Calhoun County is the natural attraction, centrally located between Atlanta and Birmingham, with plenty of fun and memories waiting to be made. Come to Calhoun County, Alabama, a natural attraction.
Professional Apothecary has been the Talladega area's trusted hometown pharmacy for generations. We can meet all your prescription and insurance needs. Plus, you'll find all the basic over-the-counter medications. There's a full line of support hose, and don't forget to check out our Dollar Saver shelf. When it comes to medical supplies, Professional Apothecary has you covered. You'll find everything from mobility needs to home and portable oxygen, CPAP equipment and supplies, easy lift chairs, and a full line of Dr. Comfort shoes.
Merry Christmas from Professional Apothecary.
Just off the square in Talladega.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Yeah, it might be better.
We welcome back here to Lincoln High School, round number 2 of the Thanksgiving tournament. White Plains and the host school, the Lincoln Golden Bears, doing battle tonight. And, of course, White Plains off to the great start, and they are in control of this one at the halfway point, Jason. And really all of that is based on the early run. They got off to a great start in the ball game, and then they've just maintained that throughout the rest of the first quarter and the second.
Yeah, and it all starts with defense. The defense for the Wildcats leading the way, shutting down D. Whiteside and Hemphill for Lincoln. Both of those guys, Hemphill with only 1 3-pointer in that second quarter, and Whiteside with 4 points, well below their averages. And so it starts with defense, and that leads to offense. A lot of fast break opportunities for White Plains in that first quarter. I think it was a 15-2 run there before Coach Rutledge called the timeout. White Plains outscoring Lincoln 16-13 in that second quarter. Lincoln come back a little bit, got some stuff going offensively, but White Plains in control of this thing, but can't back off a bit because this Lincoln squad with 8 seniors, very experienced, and can make a run pretty quick on White Plains if they don't watch it.
You know, Jason, in the pregame we talked about the fact that last night White Plains, they didn't shoot the ball all that well. They didn't really do a good job on the offensive glass or the defensive glass, just kind of a scrappy night to get the win. And they started out tonight knocking down 3 threes in a row, and they did a marvelous job on the boards throughout the first half.
And you got to credit Coach Randall with that, because it starts with him focusing on the things that they needed to work on, and they worked on that today and come out and shooting the ball extremely well. And then rebounding, to me, Grady, it's not just about fundamentals when you rebound. It's about attitude and want to. Because if you want to rebound, you can go get it. I don't care how bad you look. You can go get the ball. And that's what it boils down to, is they just didn't want to rebound last night. And tonight, the difference is they want to, and it shows.
No question about that. That's been a key factor in this ball game, and it's helped the Wildcats get out to that big lead here at the halfway point. I have a feeling, though, you're going to have to weather some storms in the second half, as I know Lincoln's going to make at least a couple of runs, I think, before this one's over.
They are. It's like we talked about with the 8 seniors. You know, that a lot of expectations are riding on this Lincoln team. The excitement in the Lincoln community around this basketball team is here. They haven't been to the regional, Grady, in 30 years. They haven't been past a sub-region game since 2001. Got exited early out of the area play in the first round last year. So a lot of disappointment from last year, but the expectations of this year's team is out of the roof. They're wanting to be one of the top 3 teams in Talladega County. And, you know, when you talk about Talladega County, that's a tough task. You got Talladega, Sylacauga, Childersburg, Lincoln, Mumford, all those teams there, and they're wanting to be one of those top teams.
Well, they have a good measuring stick for them, because we expect this Wildcats team to be one of the top teams in Class 4A, certainly in the northern half of the state, perhaps in the state as a whole.
Class 4A definitely. Also Calhoun County. Expect them to be one of the top teams in Calhoun County. You got Sacred Heart in there as well, and a couple. Or you got Alexandria. Nobody knows what they got yet, but Anniston's going to be strong as well. So both of these schools' county tournaments are going to be something to see. And I'll tell you what, we may have both of them on FNN Network. Let's hope we do.
Yeah, that will be 2 fantastic county tournaments, without a doubt. Some outstanding basketball that'll be coming up later on after the first of the year. After we get done with the Christmas holidays, we'll get back into hoops with a serious nature, and of course look forward to the Calhoun County tournament each and every year up there, and I know the folks at Talladega County do the same thing as well. So right now we've got the teams making their way back out. Coach Randall should be coming back out of the locker room here in just a moment. As soon as he makes his appearance, we will get Colton Howard to grab him when he comes back out, and we'll get him on and get his thoughts on that first half of play. I would have to think he's got to be pleased with the way his team performed.
I think so, but you know, the end of the second quarter there, things didn't go their way as much as he'd like. Some missed layups and some turnovers there, so I'm sure he talked about that at halftime with his team.
And he has emerged from the locker room. Colton has got him. He will head him over to the stage. Let's grab a quick word with Coach Randall. Colton?
Coach Randall, pretty good first half. What do you think were some of the keys to y'all's success?
Well, we got off to a good start shooting the basketball. Eli comes down just like he owns a place, knocks a 3 down early. Jared hit a couple, Mike hit 1. He really got us off to a good start, and then they settled in. You know, we're at 15 early, and then they settled in. It turned into a fight. You know, I was disappointed with our number of turnovers in the second quarter, especially the unforced turnovers. They changed to a zone. I think we handled that good. I thought we had some silly fouls. We got to keep Jared and Kevin on the floor and Eli on the floor to give us the stability defensively. So hopefully if we stay out of foul trouble, the first 4 minutes is going to be really huge in the second half. This thing could either go to 20 or go to 9. If it goes to 9, it's going to be a fight the rest of the way.
What do y'all have to do to finish off this Lincoln team and secure the win?
Well, we got to take care of the basketball first offensively, Colton. With too many loud ball turnovers, and we got to keep being patient, get the ball inside first, and then kick it back for the 3. They're so big inside, it's tough to finish. But if we can not have loud ball turnovers, I like our chances.
Appreciate it. Good luck, Coach.
All right, Coach Chris Randall, pleased with for the most part with the team's effort, and I got to say, I'm digging on the bow tie. I don't know if I could do it, but I'm digging on the bow tie.
Well, I think as good as we look, we can dig anything, so we'll look good in anything.
Well, that's true, but we'd have to button the collar, and I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, they make those things where you can extend the collar a little bit.
I think we would have to have one of those. We're about ready to go here with second half action here tonight with Lincoln and White Plains. The Wildcats had a good first half. They've got a nice, comfortable margin, but you heard Coach Randall allude to this, Jason. It's going to be quick at the beginning of it, whether they can extend it to 20 or whether it's going to go back to 9. That'll determine how the rest of the half's going to go. As we get the buzzer, we're just about ready to go back, get the ball in the air here for second half action with White Plains and Lincoln coming up as the officials now ready to get the teams back out on the floor, and we're ready to go.
I love the first couple minutes of the third quarter because you get to kind of see two good coaches, what the adjustments they made at halftime.
All right, the Golden Bears will have the basketball to start this one off. Zay Caldwell will inbound it. He's back in the ball game to start this third quarter. That's certainly someone the Golden Bears want to have on the floor.
Yeah, Caldwell kind of frustrated in that first half, had 2 fouls and couldn't get going offensively, only 2 points after averaging 15 points last season for Lincoln.
Hiphill looking to drive, taken away by Carr. Kevin Carr with the quick hands. And Carr is going to go coast to coast, blocked in there. What a great block by Whiteside as he follows the play and banks it off the glass. L.J. Carmichael on the other end has it stripped. Weed goes up. He'll hit the shot and draw the foul. Eli Hightower with the foul.
Mr. Energetic Malik Weed seems to be around the ball all the time, able to put up a shot, get fouled. Looking for that three-point play is a quick substitution. Hightower will take a seat, and the sixth man, Mr. Jackson, will come into the game.
Coach Randall talking with Kevin Carr. Didn't like the play on the offensive end, and that ended up costing Hightower to pick up the foul. So the free throw good for Lincoln, and so they get the start there looking for a three-point trip. Got the lead down to 12 now at 38-26. Let's see what the Wildcats can do to answer. Guthrie has his pass tipped away, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll stay White Plains basketball. Coach Randall talking with the officials about something that he'd like them to look out for.
Oh, he's right in the ear of the official.
You know, we once saw him get a technical during an interview, right?
Oh, really?
Yep. Yep. Jim was doing an interview with him at halftime or going into the half, and he hadn't liked something in the first half. He got teed up during the interview. Here's Murphy Doss underneath. Shot good. Whiteside couldn't block that one. Doss lays it in. White Plains back up to a 14-point advantage.
Doss had 12 points in that first half.
There's a nice look that time down the floor for Zay Caldwell. He knocks it down, and Lincoln's starting to get going a little bit offensively. Guthrie is fouled, and that's going to be a careless one on Malik Weed.
That'll be his first foul, and the team's first, but you see a little bit different attitude about Lincoln here in the second half.
Yeah, and you also see a little bit different attitude with White Plains. They look a little flat coming out of the locker room.
Lackadaisically, you can tell by their passes, a little bit flat on their passes, not as crisp as they were in that first half.
Wildcats will try to get things going. Here is Lawrence Jackson with the basketball. Double team. Lincoln doing a nice job trapping, get it into McGuirk. Bounces off a defender and loses the ball. Another turnover for the Wildcats. Here's Malik Weed. He's going to be fouled from behind, and that's going to be on Kevin Carr.
Lake getting back on defense. The speedy Weed getting down the floor, and White Plains trying to play catch up.
Here are the Golden Bears. That was a non-shooting foul, so Weed will have it. Get it out. Long three on the way. Good. Knocked down by Zay Caldwell. And there's the 9-point advantage and a quick timeout by Coach Chris Randall. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Since 1848, our bank has witnessed inventions that have changed the world. Conveniences such as the refrigerator, the light bulb, and the airplane were all created during the early days of our bank. VHS tapes, DVDs, smartphones, all invented while we were First National Bank of Talladega. Our name may have changed, but we have a rich history. First Bank of Alabama. We're still first, and so are you.
We are back. White Plains with the timeout as the Golden Bears have put together a nice run to start this third quarter of play, and they have cut the lead down to 9. That's the figure Coach Randall gave you, telling you how the second half was going to go. So now it's going to be a fight. Guthrie's going to go baseline and reverse layup, lays it in.
Beautiful move there by Guthrie. No points scored in that second quarter. His first basket since the first quarter.
Malik Weed with the ball now out near midcourt for the Golden Bears. They had it down to single digits. They'll try to get it back down there this trip down. The ball knocked away, almost stolen. Now get it across. And the one-handed floater is off the mark and tipped out and saved by L.J. Carmichael as Caldwell missed the shot. Now Caldwell with it, going to fire it inside. There is Whiteside. D. Whiteside knocking down the jumper from in close. And the lead back down to 9 for White Plains.
Only Whiteside's second field goal of the ball game.
Do not want him to get going. There's another lazy pass, and stepping on the sideline is Zay Caldwell. But White Plains, again, careless with the basketball to start the third quarter. Just not getting the passes in like we saw them doing in the first half, and it is showing up on the scoreboard as well because Lincoln has it to within 9 points.
And credit Lincoln's defense. They've really tightened up here in the second half. Running a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, he had to pass around that time. Great feed inside that time, though. Nothing wrong with that pass from McGuirk down to Doss. He'll lay it up and in, and the Wildcats back up by double digits.
Great job finding the open man. Doss does a good job creating space.
Weed tries to answer on the ball far side. And oh, wow, saved twice and now collision. Still no foul. The ball on the ground, on the floor. White Plains has it. Doss. And now ball is tied up and action getting a little hot and heavy there. The officials come in to separate Murphy Doss and L.J. Carmichael.
Nothing wrong with that. A lot of good hustle going on the floor. No elbows thrown, pushes, or anything like that. I love seeing that hustle out of both of these teams. Both these teams want this win, and they're going after it right now.
And I like the way the officials took control of that. 30-second timeout on the floor. That'll diffuse the situation. Timeout on the floor. White Plains still up by double digits. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Tom Young and all the attorneys of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington are some of the most experienced and respected attorneys in the area. Their firm specializes in personal injury, insurance fraud, workers' compensation, Social Security disability, real estate, and corporate law. The law firm of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington. Call them at 256-235-2240.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
The action starting to heat up from here at Lincoln High School on that last possession. Both teams going after a loose ball. In fact, we saw chaos underneath the basket, Jason. It almost got a little too heated. Officials did a nice job of calming that down immediately.
There's a loose ball foul come out of there. I couldn't see who that foul was, but a lot of players going after it right there. And like you said earlier, the good job by the officials stopping it and getting control of the situation.
Here is Carr now, and the Wildcats give it to Guthrie. His three is in there. Jared Guthrie buries it.
Guthrie was 8 points in the game, hit 2 threes in that first quarter.
And there's a little floater too strong by the Golden Bears. Well, again, physical on the inside. Loose ball pulled out of there by Kevin Carr. Get it over to McGuirk. Ball tipped out by Hemphill. It'll stay White Plains basketball. He saves the easy basket on the other end, though, for White Plains. So good defensive play by Hemphill.
A lot of contact right there on that rebound and that shot.
Yeah, I think you may need to see some whistles blowing to kind of tone that down a little bit. It is a contact sport, but tempers can get away from you sometimes in the heat of the action. Here's Kevin Carr. Nice pump fake, and now that gets D. Whiteside off his feet, draws the foul.
Whiteside's second foul. Isaac Davis will check in for Malik Weed.
And it'll be Jackson Guthrie. No, make it Michael Scott McGuirk who will inbound the ball. And he cannot run it after that. That's going to be they're going to be a turnover for White Plains, and just lost track of where he was and what was going on. Got to be aware.
Yeah, and it may have been the play call from Coach Randall. I think Coach Randall's saying that's my fault, so it might have been the play call there.
So we're going to have to get on Coach Randall.
You can.
Okay. I'll take that up with him at a later date to be announced. There's a steal by Murphy Doss, stolen right back by the Golden Bears, Zay Caldwell, and now Doss tips it away. Wow. Here's Jackson Guthrie knocked out of bounds by Hemphill. He kicks it, so it's White Plains basketball. And Jason,
wow,
it has it's livened up a bit here in the gym at Lincoln.
Certainly has a good crowd here on hand watching a good ball game.
Jackson Guthrie get it into Doss. Murphy travels. Slipped that with foot. Yeah.
That's kind of out of his comfort zone. His comfort zone is inside the paint there, not known to put the ball on the floor and dribble to the basket.
So Lincoln, after the turnover, will have it as we approach the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Still a 14-point game for White Plains, 47-33. Golden Bears with the basketball. Isaac Davis now finds Hemphill, goes up with a three. That's good.
Wow.
Downtown three ball for Tyler Hemphill. Now the lead is 11 as the home crowd gets into it. Carr out to McGuirk, quick three. That ball might have been tipped on the way up short. Caldwell has it. LJ will go all the way, misses the layup. Put back no good by Carmichael. Turnaround is good.
From brother to brother. I got you back, brother. LJ missed it. Quinn to follow.
5-0 run for Lincoln, and it's back to a 9-point game. 47-38. White Plains with the lead. Wildcats need a good offensive trip down the floor this time. Lawrence Jackson will have it. He's going to bounce it over to him. McGuirk will put up the three. That's way too strong. Rebounded on the backside by Quinn Carmichael. Outlet pass to Isaac Davis. Blocked bound by Jackson Guthrie. And Davis will go to the line and shoot two. A chance to bring the Golden Bears back within 7 points.
Right now, Grady, White Plains is settling for the three-point shot. They're not falling right now. Not trying to work the ball inside.
And we've got our under 4 media timeout. It's a 9-point game here in Lincoln. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Is your business growing and now you need a new and bigger building? Has your organization outgrown their facility and now it's time to expand? Do your hobbies require the need for more space? If you're paying rent, but now you want the advantages of owning, the prospect of financing, construction, and on-time completion may seem out of your reach. General Steel Corporation has the answer. A pre-engineered steel building from the General will not only look great and satisfy almost any need, but you'll save time and money. Our team will help you create your building and deliver it to your location. We offer design services to help you present your concept to board members, bankers, or for fundraising. And the General can even help with financing. General Steel is a name you know, with quality backed by a 50-year structural warranty. Call today and find out how easy it is to have the building you want. You may even save up to $20,000 with rebates. If you need space, you need the General.
And we are back here at Lincoln High School, where the Golden Bears have trimmed the Wildcats' lead tonight. They have a chance to take it down to 7 at the line, shooting 2. Isaac Davis after the foul, and the Golden Bears have really come out and they have fought hard in this third quarter, and we have ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, like we talked about before the break there, White Plains settling for the outside shot, the three-point shot, not working it inside, and taking the quick three-pointers.
Only 9 points in this third quarter for White Plains. As the free throws, both of them are missed, though, by Isaac Davis, so the lead will stay 9, and White Plains with the basketball. Here is Guthrie, cut off as he looked to penetrate. Now it'll be Hightower back outside, fired over to Jackson. Now go down baseline. Guthrie looking to get inside. He's double-teamed. Fires it out for Hightower. Open look for a three ball, short off the rim. Rebounded underneath by Quinn Carmichael and the Golden Bears. Long pass down the floor. That's Isaac Davis with it. Drop it off for Hemphill. His three short. Rebounded though and put back up and in. LJ Carmichael with the basket and the foul.
Carmichael's been the difference for Lincoln tonight. Being able to rebound, being a force inside, picking up the slack from where Whiteside has dropped off here tonight. Whiteside getting double teamed a lot, and that's leaving Carmichael open. And he's able to get in there for the offensive rebound, the putback, now looking for the three-point play.
And if he hits it, it will be a 6-point game. A 2-possession game with 2:40 here in the third quarter. Knocks it down. 47-41, the lead for White Plains. And the Wildcats have to figure out right now. 1-3-1 for the Lincoln Golden Bears, and it's been working effectively. They're coming over, they're trapping the basketball, and White Plains having all kinds of trouble working against that defense. Here is Hightower. He'll be open for a three. Good! Big basket for Eli Hightower.
Finally, a three-point shot that goes in.
Take it to a 9-point lead now, 50-41. Here is L.J. Carmichael. Or Zay Caldwell over on the right wing. Cut off, hand it off for Carmichael. Give it back to Caldwell. And now Malik Weed looking to move with the basketball. Off balance shot. Not probably the shot that they wanted, and almost an elbow by Murphy Doss. And there's a technical.
Yep.
And that's... Coach had a legitimate gripe over there on that. The officials, I don't think, saw the elbow. Well, they did actually see the elbow. And Coach Randall wants to know what it is, but they did see the elbow fly for Murphy Dawson. They teed him up on that foul, and I don't think that's a bad call, Jason.
I don't either. I mean, got to get control of the game, and official Howell's going over the top to Randall there.
Hemphill makes the first. So it's an 8-point lead for White Plains. And the second one good as well for Tyler Hemphill.
Lincoln will get the ball. They'll get it at half court. Johnson will check in for Carmichael. And surprisingly, Grady, Lincoln is doing this without the services of D. Whiteside. He's been on the bench during this run.
His teammates are taking up the slack. They've done an excellent job moving the ball. As Jared Guthrie with a near steal on the inbounds pass. Caldwell has it. Going to go right down the middle. Fired it over. Too strong. And the turnover as he fired it over the head of Montrell Johnson. So it'll be White Plains basketball. The Wildcats with a 7-point lead.
Every possession for both teams so critical right now. This game is a close game. Can't afford careless turnovers.
Here's Guthrie working against Weed. Drop it off for Carr. Now kick it back out to Hightower. Moves with the basketball. Back to Carr. In the corner, Jared Guthrie passed on the three. Looks to penetrate. Fired over to Scott McWork. And now we get a double dribble on Eli Hightower. And the extra pass maybe catches up with the Wildcats that time.
And bringing that trap off of that 1-3-1-2 caused him to take that extra dribble. Another turnover for the White Plains.
Here is Johnson with it outside. Montrell Johnson gonna move with the basketball, looks to penetrate, goes down, and that's a travel on Montrell Johnson.
Johnson trying to do a little bit too much there. Got a little bump from Carr, but not enough for the whistle.
And there's a quick three by Jared Guthrie, drains it. He has a knack for the big shot at the clutch time, and he does it again.
4 3-pointers in the game for Guthrie.
Here's Malik Weed. Lincoln will back it out now with under a minute to go. Over to Johnson, right wing. 10-point game right now for the Wildcats, 53-43. Johnson, and we get a timeout taken by the Lincoln Golden Bears. Let's talk about it. 47 seconds remaining. Third quarter. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA.
We are back in a hotly contested game here in round 2 of the Thanksgiving tournament at Lincoln. It is the White Plains Wildcats and the Lincoln Golden Bears. The Wildcats dominated the first half, led by as many as 15, maintained that lead throughout the first half. But in the third quarter, it's been a different story. That 1-3-1 and the trap out of that, Jason, has paid dividends for the Golden Bears.
Certainly, and you know, we talked about at halftime, the first 2 minutes of the third quarter, you like to see what adjustments the coaches make. You got 2 good coaches here battling against each other. Rutledge coming out with that 1-3-1, and it's really paid off for them. They've cut into the lead a little bit for White Plains, but it's still a 10-point lead. Whiteside back on the floor for Lincoln.
And drops it in immediately, so it's an 8-point game. White Plains with the ball. Final 40 seconds of the third quarter. We'll see what White Plains elects to do, if they'll try to hold here or will they go ahead and try to get a 2-for-1 trip. And looks like they're going to be content to hold, and Lincoln will drop back in that 1-3-1 zone. Now looking for the trap. Here's Carr, give it back outside to Hightower. Back over to Kevin Carr. White Plains has it down to 20 seconds. Carr gets in, kick it out. Guthrie, three-pointer, short, out the back of the iron, and it'll be rebounded by Lincoln. So the Golden Bears can get it back to within 5 or 6 with 8 seconds to go, and it looks like Caldwell is going to be the aggressor. Get it out to Hemphill at midcourt. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Hemphill gets the man off his feet. No, at the buzzer at the end of 3. It's White Plains on top. They lead by 8. It is Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Every day is a great day to stop in a Samco Express Mart. You'll find plenty of snacks to choose from, and Samco has all your favorite drink brands, all nice and cold. You'll find those last-minute light grocery items you need, and a great variety of grab-and-go brands that's sure to cure any case of the munchies. There's lots of candy, mints, and gum, too. Make sure you fuel up before or after the game. With over 30 locations in the area, there's always one close by. Samco Express Mart. Professional Apothecary has been the Talladega area's trusted hometown pharmacy for generations. We can meet all your prescription and insurance needs. Plus, you'll find all the basic over-the-counter medications. There's a full line of support hose, and don't forget to check out our Dollar Saver shelf. When it comes to medical supplies, Professional Apothecary has you covered. You'll find everything from mobility needs to home and portable oxygen, CPAP equipment and supplies, easy lift chairs, and a full line of Dr. Comfort shoes.
Merry Christmas from Professional Apothecary.
Just off the square in Talladega.
Fourth quarter action now ready to go here at White Plains and Lincoln here at the Thanksgiving tournament in Lincoln. Wildcats will open the fourth quarter with the basketball. Their lead down to 8. Off the late basket by Whiteside for the Golden Bears. Here's Jared Guthrie, almost lit, dish it off, stolen, and out of bounds off the hands of Quinn Carmichael. Almost a steal and setting sail for the other direction for Carmichael.
Yeah, a long pass from the top of the key over to the wing. Speedy Davis was able to get over there, get a hand on it, almost stole it.
And now here's Carr, does a nice job of catching the pass a little bit behind him. Now he'll pull it back out. Isaac Davis out to guard him, and Hightower has it off his hands, and it'll be Lincoln basketball. And a quick timeout by Coach Randall and the Wildcats. 7:41 remaining. The lead is 8. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. They take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
Welcome back here to Lincoln High School. Round 2 of the Thanksgiving tournament. A good one here tonight at Lincoln as Jared Guthrie will knock the ball out of bounds. Locks it away from Zay Caldwell. White Plains is clinging the right word when it's an 8-point lead, but it was a much bigger lead, so it doesn't look, it almost feels like it's a 1 or 2 point game right now.
White Plains outscoring Lincoln 15-12 in that third quarter.
Caldwell, nice pass and a better defensive play by the Wildcats as Guthrie strips it away, but it'll stay Lincoln basketball. Step on the baseline down there.
My goodness, Guthrie's got those quick hands. You put the ball in front of him, he's going to knock it out of your hands.
Hemphill will inbound along the baseline, lob it in for Davis. Davis quickly over to Caldwell, and now the Golden Bears will set the offense. Hightower switches off, picks him up, now back out to Caldwell, working against Eli. Now Kevin Carr will do the switch, and now Lincoln showing some patience this trip down. And now goes Whiteside over Doss. That's good.
Tough shot there by Whiteside. Kind of forced that, but able to knock it down. And they really need him to get some points, so Lincoln wants to try to get the lead.
There's a 6-point game. Long cross-court pass to Guthrie. Quick shot, too strong. There's McGurk with the rebound and the foul on Zay Caldwell.
Caldwell wanting a jump ball there, but McGurk doing a nice job getting position there. Had the ball, trying to go back up with it. Caldwell will pick up the foul, and that's his 3rd foul.
Only the 5th team foul now on the Golden Bears, and now we have away from the ball. Another foul, I think, called in there.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw much of the prior game, Westbrook Christian in Pell City, but we had a ton of off-ball fouls in that game, and that's what you saw there. The officials really paying attention to the off-ball contact.
Murphy Doss wanted to drive. He's cut off. Long pass over the head. That's going to be a turnover for White Plains, and over and back. So it'll be Lincoln basketball, and the Golden Bears can creep ever closer.
Jackson coming in, and the difference maker for Lincoln in the ball game. Carmichael back in the game after getting a couple minutes rest.
Get it in for Caldwell, and Zay will bring it back up the floor now for the Golden Bears. It's a 6-point game. Lincoln with a chance to get closer than they've been since the early part of the first quarter. Shot off, no good. Murphy Doss fights in there for the rebound.
Strong rebound by Doss, going up in between 2 defenders.
Now Guthrie, we're going to hand it off to Jackson outside. Kevin Carr, his 3 is off the back of the iron, no good. Hemphill with a rebound, fired up ahead for Caldwell. And here come the Golden Bears. Zay Caldwell, long 3-pointer off, way short. Hemphill with a putback, no good. Tipped up. Davis with it, he stripped. Hemphill will come out of there with it. Quick 3 on the way, good.
Wow, what a possession by Lincoln. 3 offensive rebounds, kicked it out to Hemphill, and he knocks it down.
White Plains with the ball now. Down to 3 is the lead. Can the Wildcats answer? All the momentum on the home side. Guthrie's 3, good!
Man, Guthrie with a clutch shot.
Here's Hemphill coming back for the Golden Bears. Will he try to put up another one? 56-50 White Plains with 5.5 to go in this basketball game.
5 3-pointers for Guthrie. Here's Caldwell.
That one's short, rebounded by Lawrence Jackson. Lawrence spins out of the way, give it over to Kevin Carr. And that is going to be a blocking foul. Good call by the officials. Caldwell was moving, and Carr did a nice job of not leaning into him.
Yeah, very good job by Carr. And like you said, Caldwell didn't get there in time. Was a little bit deep there, and he'll pick up the foul. And I believe that's going to be number 4 on him. As you see, player coming off the bench. That's Salik Weed, but they don't drop off much with Weed coming in the game. But Caldwell has played a nice game so far in the game. Has 7 points. Weed has 5 points. Weed a little bit quicker of the 2.
1-and-1 opportunity for Kevin Carr, and it's 5.5 left, 5:24, so these become very important down the stretch here.
White Plains shot the ball at the free throw line very well last night. Let's see how they continue. As
not very well there.
Yeah, Carr misses the first one.
Yep, so Lincoln will have another chance to cut into the 6-point lead. Weed almost turns it over, gets it back out to Hemphill. He's going to drop it down now for Carmichael. Working on Doss, and the reach-in foul going to be called on Jared Guthrie.
Guthrie will pick up his 3rd foul. I thought Carmichael got away with a little bit of push off there.
And it'll be Lincoln, a non-shooting foul. The Golden Bears will take it out underneath the offensive glass. Hemphill dish it into Carmichael, come up top side now for Weed, and the Golden Bears will get it back down quickly to Caldwell. Over Doss. Off the back of the iron, won't go. Lawrence Jackson with the trying of the rebound, and now the foul is going to be called inside on Murphy Doss. Thought we could have had an over the back on that rebound.
Yeah, Murphy, that's kind of a frustrated foul there too for him, his 2nd foul, and he'll check out of the game. They've made an adjustment on Murphy, since that first half. He had 12 points in the first half, only 4 here in the second half.
Thought the one that could have been called was over the back on Jackson, as Lawrence had good position for the rebound, and they got over the back on him. That one didn't get called, and then Murphy commits his as the one-on-one is no good. And now there's the over-the-back foul on Lincoln. That one's going to go against Quinn Carmichael.
Carmichael's second, the team's 8th. So we'll go to the other end to shoot the 1-and-1. Both teams in a bonus the rest of the way.
Exactly 5 minutes remaining in this one here in Lincoln. It's been a good one. Dominant first half by White Plains, but the Golden Bears, they have battled back in a big way here in the second half, and certainly given themselves a chance to come all the way back and win this one. Hightower misses the front end of the 1-and-1. McGurk tries to keep it alive, can't do it. Hemphill has it for Golden Bears.
White Plains 0 for 2 to start this fourth quarter.
Long three.
Free throws.
No air ball, but there is Carmichael to save it. Blocked in there. Lawrence Jackson with the block. And White Plains has it again. And Jason, maybe White Plains wants to settle it down for a minute here and just kind of catch your breath a little bit.
It looks like what they're doing, trying to keep it around the perimeter.
Guthrie, gosh, what a long three. That's off the side of the rim. Lawrence Jackson skies for a rebound. Great job by Jackson. Keeps it alive for the Wildcats. Guthrie's going to go back with it. Penetrates, kick it out. Hightower sets, three-pointer, strong. No, rebounded by Jackson, but loses it. Carmichael has it, fired ahead for Hemphill. 2-on-2 break. Hemphill behind the head pass. Stripped away from Weed, tied up on the floor, jump ball. Good hustle by Lawrence Jackson.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, I love the way Lawrence Jackson plays. If there was a sixth man of the game award, we ought to give it to him because he really plays hard.
And we've got the immediate timeout here with 4:06 remaining. It is a 6-point ball game in Lincoln. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Since 1848, our bank has witnessed inventions that have changed the world. Conveniences such as the refrigerator, the light bulb, and the airplane were all created during the early days of our bank. VHS tapes, DVDs, smartphones, all invented while we were First National Bank of Talladega. Our name may have changed, but we have a rich history. First Bank of Alabama. We're still first, and so are you.
Need a place to keep your tools?
Or a place to get away from the wife. Whatever your needs are, we got a barn or a carport for you.
With rent-to-own options and no credit checks, we can help you take home the right barn or carport today.
And with 4 different locations, we're just a short drive away.
So come see us in Glencoe, Moody, Asheville, or Attala, and let our family help your family get the barn or carport you deserve.
Yes, it does.
Man, it's been a while.
We are back here at Lincoln High School. The Wildcats clinging to a 56-50 lead over the Golden Bears as we hit the home stretch out of that media timeout, and we'll see if White Plains can wrestle the momentum back away from the Golden Bears. Lincoln has had it pretty much this entire second half.
Both teams needing that timeout there, exhausted from the high tempo play of this ball game.
Here's Caldwell working against Guthrie. Now he'll kick it back out. It has been an intense and a fast one as Malik Weed will lay it in, and now it's a 4-point game, the closest the Golden Bears have been since it was 3-0 on the opening shot of the game. White Plains, a little more deliberate. Here's Lawrence Jackson, gets inside, bounce it out. McGurk tipped away, stolen. Hemphill with the steal, leads Weed, and he's going to be fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot 2, a chance to cut it to 2 for the Golden Bears.
Turnovers is the difference in the second half. White Plains are being careless with the ball. Their passes, like we mentioned early in the third quarter, not being as crisp. And boy, Lincoln, have they ever stepped up defensively in this second half?
Yes, indeed they have. The Golden Bears have been very efficient as they missed the free throw. Weed misses that, so at worst it's going to be a 3-point lead, but that still would be a 1-possession game for the Golden Bears. And he makes the second, so we have a 1-possession game. And right now, Jason, White Plains needs a good look, and they need to make a basket in the worst kind of way.
I'd like to see Murphy Doss get inside, but he's been on the bench pretty much scoreless in this second half. McGuirk needs to get going too.
And a lot of threes have been taken. Haven't been a lot of close-in shots taken by this Wildcat offense here in the second half. And they need one right now. Kevin Carr tries to get in. He gets in too deep. He says, I'll take it. Lays it up off the glass, and the Wildcats back up by 5.
Good decision by Carr. His first bucket since the first half. He's got 10 in the game.
Looked like he was almost surprised when he got that deep, Jason, and it was open.
They backed off it.
Yeah, there's a knock away and almost steal by Lawrence Jackson. The shot will not fall for the Golden Bears. Eli Hightower has the rebound. Get it out to Jackson. Long pass ahead for Guthrie. Jared is going to go in. Blocking foul called on Malik Weed, and Guthrie will get the line. Shoot 2 for the Wildcats.
Third foul on Weed. Good look by Jackson. That all started with Jackson getting that, getting the ball and pushing it up the floor, finding Guthrie, and Guthrie penetrating to the basket, drawing the contact from Weed, and then going to the free throw line.
Really,
the next foul on Lincoln will be 2-shot foul.
And there is Guthrie knocking down his first. And I really love the way Lawrence Jackson came on late in the season last year for this Wildcats team.
Yeah.
He really had a lot of momentum down the stretch and was really a key part of the offense and the defense, and he's continued that here to start this season.
A senior Lawrence Jackson and really playing well as an unselfish guy. Doesn't care if he gets a lot of playing time. He knows his minutes are going to come. He plays hard every chance he gets in there as we get a foul on McGuirk.
So it'll be the reach in on Whiteside. Whiteside with a few words there. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2. And the official, I love that, walked over and said, okay, son, what are you telling the player as an official at that point in time when you see him having a few words?
There's your warning. Do you want to play or you want to go sit?
Well, now we know.
And he'll go over and talk to both coaches now and probably tell them that he's warned the players as well. And as you see the seniors for White Plains pulling together, huddling up, talking to each other. Let's not get tied up with that.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get sucked into that particular part of it. You want to kind of keep it calm. And that's what the officials have just stopped it down, and they've said, all right, we're going to keep control of this. And, I have seen some games where it got out of control.
Yeah, and you got 3 veteran officials out here, and they're doing a good job in this game. And a lot of times fans don't understand what's going on, but they're doing a good job, and they've had control of this game so far.
Here is D. Whiteside. He'll be at the line, shooting a couple now for the Golden Bears. That is the 9th team foul on White Plains, so both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way. Whiteside bangs home the first. The lead is 6. Well, the lead is 7, make it. Nope, 6. I was right the first time.
Whiteside, that was his 11th point, looking for 12, and those are 12 quiet points for Whiteside tonight.
And now White Plains, 5-point lead, under 2.5 to go in the ball game. Need another good trip offensively here. Do the Wildcats almost a steal by a Weed. He really anticipated that pass very well. You got to look them off. Guthrie will get it back out near midcourt, and White Plains is going to play the style game and force Lincoln to come out and play them. Hopefully it'll create some open looks for him as Guthrie goes around. Caldwell give it back to Carr, give it right back to Jared Guthrie, and they will burn some clock right now. Guthrie with it, hand it off for Carr, and back to Hightower. He'll fire it down to Carr. Good look underneath. McGuirk pump fake shot up. Good.
Tough shot by McGuirk. Had Jackson open there. McGuirk decided to take it.
And boy, they ran about 40 seconds off the clock. Got the good look. That was an excellent trip that time. Here is Caldwell on the other end. Short on the shot. Rebounded underneath by Kevin Carr. And Carr will get it out of there for White Plains. Get it over to McGuirk. And here come the Wildcats as we are down to 1.5 minutes to go. And now we have a timeout, or actually we have a turnover, I think, for White Plains.
Doss back into the game. He's sat a lot of this fourth quarter. McGuirk with the bad pass, he'll take a seat.
Yeah, generally you do something wrong, you take a seat with Coach Randall.
He loves having that deep bench.
Yes, he does. So with under 1.5 minutes to go now, Lincoln down by 7. Caldwell gets free, wide open look, short on the jumper. Gets the rebound, puts it back up. That one will go. Makes the hard shot, misses the easy one. Timeout on the floor for Lincoln. 1:16 remaining. White Plains on top by 5. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
People come from everywhere to deal from Bill Stanford. They come from Ashland, Brompton, Lineville. They come from Moody, Munford, Coldwater, Birmingham, Talladega, Lincoln, Riverside, Heflin. There's no better deal than a Talladega Bill deal.
Right now, all GMC Sierras are at or below supplier price. Save over $2,900 on this 2015 GMC Sierra at Bill Stanford.
Come on out to Bill Stanford in Talladega.
Tom Young and all the attorneys of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington are some of the most experienced and respected attorneys in the area. Their firm specializes in personal injury, insurance fraud, workers' compensation, Social Security disability, real estate, and corporate law. The law firm of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington. Call them at 256-235-2240.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Final minute 16 coming up from here at Lincoln High School. The Lincoln Golden Bears and the White Plains Wildcats in round 2 of the Thanksgiving tournament. Wildcats have led the entire game, but it's only a 5-point lead now. It was as large as 15 most of the game, but the Golden Bears have trimmed 10 off of that deficit here in the second half, and they are within 5. White Plains will have the basketball out of the timeout. Full court pressure applied by the Golden Bears. We'll get it in for Jared Guthrie. Last time down, White Plains able to burn 40 seconds off the clock and get the basket. Hightower throws it away. Off the foot of McGuirk and saved. And Malik Reed really should have let that one go.
Yeah.
He saves it. Now White Plains has it. Guthrie going to penetrate, going to pull it back out. And he's going to move the ball.
Here. They can't catch him.
Here's Hightower. Get it back in the hands of Guthrie with 54 seconds. Guthrie, pick it up, hand it to Lawrence Jackson. Back over to Hightower, doing a great job of playing keep away right now. Hightower fouled. Oh, no, is that a foul or is that? Yes, that is a foul. Couldn't tell if they called the timeout to say we got a foul or did they actually finally get one.
Coach Rutledge about to have a stroke over there, trying to get his players to call the foul or to get the foul. And Coach Randall wanted the ball in McGuirk's hands over there.
He's a good free throw shooter.
Yeah, I guess that's why he wanted it in McGuirk's hands. I just couldn't get it over to him.
And Jared Guthrie, a good free throw shooter as well. Hightower steps up. That one's short. So he's got one more coming up. It is the double bonus for both teams. So Eli will have to try to knock this one down if he can do it. It'll be a 6-point game with still 46 seconds remaining. So in basketball terms, that's an eternity. Misses them both. Big misses, and now the foul by McGuirk. And that will send Lincoln to the line with no time going off the clock.
That's exactly what Coach Randall doesn't want is clock stops. They're in the double bonus. Carmichael going to the line. Carmichael has hit, let's see, he's hit 4 free throws in the game, 4 for 4.
Well, these are big right here. They can pull the Golden Bears to within a 1-possession game, a 3-point lead if he can make both of these for White Plains. And the Wildcats are going to have to play hard to finish this one off if they're going to get out of here with a win tonight. L.J. Carmichael, first free throw, steps up, misses it off the back of the iron.
Coach Rutledge going to send 4 bodies in, 4 fresh bodies in for defensive purposes. To do what?
To foul.
That's right.
Foul immediately. He's going to make White Plains earn it at the free throw line. And Willie should. They haven't been particularly sharp, especially here in the second half.
Let's see if White Plains does a better job of getting the ball in their free throw hand shooters. You see Guthrie handling it there. He needs to keep it the whole way till he gets fouled. He does.
Yeah, good job by Jared Guthrie. He'll go to the line, shoot a couple for White Plains. And that was 2 big misses there for L.J. Carmichael, Jason. He had a chance to cut it to 3. Now Guthrie on the other end could push it out to 7, make it a 3-possession game.
And the last time down the floor, 2 big misses for Hightower at the free throw line as well. So free throws. And I believe that's going to be 5 on Malik Weed. Has played a good game here tonight. He's got 8 points on the night.
So now the substitutions once again for the Golden Bears. Put the offense back in as Caldwell, Whiteside, all back on the floor once again. Also, Montrell Johnson will check in the game for the Golden Bears. Jared Guthrie at the line. 2 big free throws here with 38 seconds remaining in this one. See if the Wildcats can pull one out here late in Lincoln. First one is too strong. 3 in a row missed by the Wildcats down the stretch here.
The winner of this game will face Westbrook Christian in the nightcap tomorrow night here on FNN Network.
makes the second. 6-point lead for the Wildcats. Lincoln quickly going to bring it up the floor. Caldwell will have it in his hands with we go under 35 to go. Caldwell off the right side, stripped. Great clearance by Jared Guthrie again. Michael Scott McGuirk. And there's the elbow, and that's going to be the foul on McGuirk, and he's having a tough fourth quarter.
Yeah, he is. Really.
That's just a big mistake.
Yeah, and Carmichael took a shot right there. It wasn't intentional.
Slinging the elbows, and so it will be.
That may be 5 on McGuirk.
And I believe perhaps it is, and that's the second elbow we've seen, and the officials have called both of them, and that gives the Golden Bears new life.
It's a player control foul, so there won't be free throws involved in it.
But it's another possession. That's even as important right now for Lincoln with 28 seconds to go in a 6-point game. So McGuirk is out, but he's done with 5. Had the 2 fouls on the last couple of possessions, did Michael Scott, and that is going to be the night for him. Get it in for Whiteside. D. Whiteside with it over Doss. And Guthrie will pull down the rebound on the missed 3 by Whiteside. Jared Guthrie is going to run it around in backcourt. Now move it on ahead, and he's fouled as he gets to midcourt. L.J. Carmichael commits the foul. 17 seconds remaining in the ball game, and one of the guys you want on the line for White Plains, Jared Guthrie.
1 for 2 his last trip to the line.
1 for 2 here will give you a 3-possession ball game. And with 17 seconds left, you like your odds with that.
I do too.
But
Let's go ahead and hit them both.
Go ahead and hit them both. There's the first. It is a 3-possession game now with a 7-point lead for White Plains. One more coming up for Jared Guthrie. Wildcats have never trailed in this one. They started the game with a 3-point basket, and they've never trailed. Makes them both calmly. Jared Guthrie, an 8-point lead now with 15 seconds to go now. As on the other end, there's a long 3 by the Golden Bears. It's no good. Out of bounds off the hands of Carmichael, and White Plains will have it with 11.5 to go, and it looks like the Wildcats are going to prevail here tonight in Lincoln and move to the championship game tomorrow night against Westbrook Christian.
White Plains will go to 3-0 on the season. Lincoln will fall to 3-1.
Isaac Davis on Guthrie trying to deny him the ball, but they will get it into him. Here is Guthrie in the backcourt, fouled quickly with 9.6 to go. And the Wildcats will go to the line and shoot 2 more for Jared Guthrie. So White Plains has had enough in the tank down the stretch here, Jason, to get it done tonight, but boy, it was anything but easy.
Yeah, and like we talked about at first of the game, this is the first time both of these teams have played back-to-back games on consecutive nights early in the season. And you got to think that after looking at this game that White Plains pretty well conditioned, but can they do it 3 nights in a row? Going to face a tough Westbrook Christian team, as you see Coach Pruitt for Westbrook Christian just now leaving, staying and watching White Plains and Lincoln play, but be a tough matchup for White Plains tomorrow night.
It will be. Of course, they do this every year down in Sandestin. You'll go a lot of times 4 nights back to back down there, as the pass down the court by Lincoln is knocked out of bounds by Jared Guthrie. Good hustle play with 6.5 to go. And so, the depth comes into it. They play a lot of guys, and let's face it, they're young.
Yeah, speaking of Sandestin, by the way, are we going?
Gosh, I sure hope so.
Let's try to make that happen.
We need to make that happen. Here is Lincoln. There's Whiteside with it. He's going to put it up over Doss. He'll make the basket, and a timeout taken by Lincoln. They're within 8 points now with a 67-59 White Plains lead. 1.8 seconds remaining here for the Golden Bears, and it is a full timeout. We'll take it as well. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Wow.
And we are back as the Wildcats finish it off over the Lincoln Golden Bears. It is 67-59. White Plains wins it over the Lincoln Golden Bears in a A little bit chippy down the stretch, some contact and some various things went on, but both teams giving it their all out on the floor, and Lincoln a furious comeback here in the second half. They played them tough down the stretch, Jason.
Yeah, a couple, you don't like to see that at the end there.
No.
A little bit unsportsmanlike there, but overall good game for White Plains. Playing a tough Lincoln team coming in undefeated on the season, 3-0. Very talented squad. You'll be hearing a lot from Lincoln on down the stretch, and as you will, White Plains.
No doubt about it. You saw, as we talked about, chippiness throughout parts of it, but you know what? Basketball is it's a game. It's not full contact like football, but where it's intense and your body's banging together and kids fighting hard for the ball and for rebounds. And, sometimes it's hard to maintain your composure in it.
It is. And like you see Michael Scott McGurk's arm there, a lot of red on that arm, but a tough physical game for both teams. White Plains comes out on top, and
all right, here's Coach Randall.
Monday.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Randall is making his way over to the locker room, and we're going to grab a word with him as he heads over. So let's send it over to Colton Howard. Colton?
Coach Randall, things got a little bit scrappy in the second half. What was the difference in the game, do you think, why y'all got the W and they didn't?
Well, I thought Jared Guthrie was huge. I'm glad he's on our team. He made some big shots. Felt like every time he had the ball in his hands in the fourth quarter, I was pretty confident. Hit some big free throws. He hit a couple of threes to answer their runs. I thought he played pretty smart. Other than that, we struggled once again on the glass, and then we weren't very smart at the end of the third quarter. I thought we committed some silly fouls, and we didn't do a very good job at the free throw line. Missed a couple of one-on-ones, but we did a good job of getting the ball in Jared's hands in the last 2 minutes. And he's like, if your best pitcher gets beat in baseball, you can live with it. If your starting quarterback throws the pick at the end of the game, you can live with it. Well, he's our best ball handler. He's our best free throw shooter. If he don't get it done, then I'll sleep at night. And Jared did a good job of getting it done for us.
Looking forward tomorrow. Y'all play Westbrook in the championship. What are y'all going to have to do to make sure you come home with a W?
Well, the Westbrook's a completely different team. Lincoln is real athletic up and down the floor. Westbrook wants to slow it down. They play a pack-in zone. They want the game to be in the 40s and 50s. Lincoln likes it in the 70s and 80s. So we're going to have to play a little bit different style, have to be a little bit more patient. It'll be a tough matchup. They shoot the ball really well. But I'm just looking for improvement this time of year. I felt like we improved from last night to tonight. And we'll have to do the same thing to win the tournament tomorrow.
Appreciate it, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach Randall and the Wildcats get it done tonight, 67-59 the final, as White Plains advances to the championship round tomorrow night, 8:30, taking on Westbrook Christian. We will grab our final timeout. Jason and I will be back to wrap it up next. It's Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
Call 1-800-817-3046. That is 1-800-817-3046.
Back at Lincoln High School, second round of the Thanksgiving tournament wrapped up. White Plains gets the win over the Lincoln Golden Bears in a tough one, 67-59. Jason, we saw the Wildcats dominate the first half, and it really kind of came unglued a little bit in the second half, and they had to fight for survive.
Yeah, the common denominator, though, Jared Guthrie, as you heard Coach Randall talking about him, knocking down some big shots and free throws in the fourth quarter, finishing with 22 points tonight.
And a big game for Jared. They got to clean it up on the glass, play a very different style team tomorrow night. As you heard him say, Westbrook Christian looks for it in the 40s. They want to keep it low and slow.
Ought to be a good game. We invite everybody to stay tuned to FNN Network. We'll have the 7 o'clock game and also the championship game coming up at 8:30. So please stay tuned to FNN Network tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll join you just before 8:30 for White Plains and Westbrook Christian. Of course, you and Jeff Ellison will have the first game on 6:45 airtime tomorrow night right here on the Friday Night Network. Our final once again tonight, White Plains wins it over Lincoln 67-59. It's been Wildcats basketball on FNN, the Friday Night Network.